Hello, welcome to another CQPweb tutorial. In this video I'm going to be talking about the query upload function. That is a function that is available from the main menu here on the entrance screen to any given corpus. So let's click on it and open it up. Here we are. So, as you can see, it's a very simple form, so I shan't have to spend a huge amount of time explaining the different controls. What is going to take a little bit of explaining is the concept of uploading a query. How exactly does one upload a query? Oh, sorry about that. I clicked on a button by mistake there. When we say upload a query, what we're talking about is creating in CQPweb a set of results. And the way that CQPweb works is that any given query result is defined by the locations in the corpus where the different hits are found. So if you've got 50 hits, then the query result is defined by the locations of those 50 words or 50 sequences of words in the corpus, wherever those are. How are things located in the corpus? Well, they are measured, they are located in terms of what are called corpus position numbers. And I've mentioned corpus position numbers in some of the other tutorial videos, but in case you've not heard those, I'll just explain it briefly again. Corpus position numbers are addresses in the corpus, and every single token has its own address. The addresses are given as numbers counting from the start of the corpus. So the first token in the corpus is corpus position 0, the second is corpus position 1, the third is corpus position 2, and so on up to corpus position 1,000,001, 1,000,002, 1,000,003, or if it's a really big corpus, then corpus position 100,000,001, 100,000,002, 100,000,003. Okay, so we start counting at 0 and we keep going until we get to whatever location in the corpus we are trying to address. What this means is that if you upload some corpus position numbers into CQPweb, then the words at the addresses you've specified can be used to create a query result that is a concordance of the words at a particular set of corpus positions, just as if you'd done a query that had found them. So let's have a look at this function. Let's start by taking a look at the examples here. Let's take a look at the instructions here. As it says, you can use this page to upload a file to CQPweb and create a new saved query from it. So when we upload the file containing the corpus positions that we are going to use, that takes the form of a saved query that we can then go on to do stuff with. Now we've got a word about the format of the file. The file must contain only 2 columns of corpus positions, in the sense I just explained, separated by tabs. The 2 numbers refer to the start point and the end point of each individual hit in the query you want to create. So the first corpus position is the start, the second corpus position is the end. They are the same number if it's just one word. So if it's, let's say it's a hit in the 10th word in the corpus, then the first number would be 9. Remember, we start counting at 0, and the second point would be 9. So it would be 9 in the first column, 9 in the second column. That turns into a hit in the 10th word of the corpus. Now, as it says, you would normally use a subset of the lines from a previously exported query. Both the query download function and the tabulation function allow you to extract corpus position numbers for the results of a query that you've done. So you can then take those corpus position numbers, do something with them. For example, let's say you want to delete some of them and keep others, then you would be able to do that, and you then take the resulting list of corpus position numbers, re-upload it, and then that creates a concordance that you can go on to do things with. Two provisos at the end there. Your query will be generated within the current corpus only, so whatever numbers you upload refer to the corpus that we are in, which in this case is American English 2006. If you want to upload a query into a different corpus, then you have to go into that corpus's interface. You can't upload it here and then, insert it into a different corpus. And last of all, the name of the saved query can only contain letters, numbers, and underscores. This is the same as the usual rule for saved query names, which I discussed in the tutorial about the saved query function. So let's have a look at what an uploaded query file has to look like. So if I bring in my text editor here we are. So I've created a file which I've called sample upload. It's currently empty, and I'm going to type in some pairs of corpus positions. As I said, normally you would actually take these from something that you've downloaded, but to illustrate it, what I'm going to do is just make up the numbers, and then we'll see what we get. So we were talking about before, we were talking about the 10th word in the corpus, so we'll have that as our first hit. Oh, I don't know, then how about something 5 words later? And then how about we skip on a bit to say 29, but let's say that here we have a hit that stretches across 3 different words. So we'll say from 29 to 32, and then I'll just make up some more so that we'll get, I don't know, I'll make up 10 or so numbers. Now note that as a general rule, you would want these to be sorted in order, in ascending order of the start points. So 111 to 120. Then let's skip a huge chunk and let's go to 12,334, 12,345, not 34. 13,000 to 13,001, 20,000 to 20,000, 25,045, 1, 25,045, 2. Okay, I think that's enough. That's sufficient to illustrate the point that we're getting at. That is, we will have 10 hits in this query selected from corpus positions that I have made up close to the beginning of the corpus. Note, obviously these are right near the very beginning of the corpus, but even this one is only 25,000 words into the corpus, and it is a 1 million word corpus. So let's save that file. So that text file is now saved. So let's call this random rubbish, which is what it is. You have to fill in a name here, and then choose a file to upload. Now this will look like the normal upload function for your browser, whatever it is. This is a standard Linux file upload window, in case you've not seen one like that before, but that's what it looks like. So double click on whatever file you want, and there it is. The file I specified is there. So choose file, navigate to file, select file, make sure you've typed in a valid title, and then press upload. So it hums away, and once it's done it, it takes you to the saved query screen, because remember, the query is automatically saved. Now, just like any saved query, simply by clicking on the name in the saved query table, we go to the concordance. And here it is. So there are my 10 results. So here is the very beginning of the here's the very beginning of the corpus, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 10th word of the corpus, exactly what I put in. So you have 10th word of the corpus, then what was that? My next number was 15, so yes, that's a little bit further on, there it is. Then I did 3 words from 29 to 32, which, yes, indeed, that is 3 tokens. That's 1 token. That's 1 token. Actually, this is 4. Oh, yes, I did 29 to 32. That's 4. 29, 30, 31, 32. 4 tokens, not 3. I miscounted. And then that one's 100 words in, 110 words in. Then I did, this is 111 to 120, and then 12,345, 13,000 to 13,001. So 13,000 is that full stop, and 13,001 is the. And then my next random number was 20,000, so we've jumped ahead in the corpus again. And then finally we have 2 words, well, attention dash dash ah is actually, it should be 3 words, but it's been tokenized as one thing here. So that's a bit of an error in the automatic analysis. But again, we've got 2 words from my 10th number, which was 25,451. So let me just drag in my text editor and position it so that we can see the numbers in the same slot. So here are the numbers that I uploaded, and here are the things that we've got. Now, this is just a query. That's all it is. Let me get rid of my text editor. This is just a query, so we can simply do absolutely anything here that you can do with any other query. So, for instance, we can sort it. So there it's sorted by the element after. Let's sort it by the node, and it should sort by this now. So there we go, yes, full stop, C, G, S, T, V, W. What else can we do? Well, we can do the frequency breakdown. All of these are different, so we'll have, yes, we'll have 10 different things listed. If we go back, what else can we do? You could do categorize query and annotate this thing. You could do collocations, except with only 10 we're not going to get any interesting collocations. You could do distribution, except again these are all in one category because they're all very near the beginning of the corpus. You could do thin. Let's do a random 50% thin, which will leave us with 5 hits. There we go. So you can do anything to this uploaded query that you can do to anything to this query that you could do to a query that you've created by doing a search. The only difference is that this report up here, remember the report gives you a list of everything that you've done with a query. Instead of saying your query for such and such a search term, it says your uploaded query here. Otherwise, no difference. So that's it. That's the upload query function. So if you've downloaded a concordance using the download function, and if your download includes the corpus position numbers, then one easy way to try this out is to copy your downloaded text file into a spreadsheet so that the tabs turn into columns in the spreadsheet. Then copy and paste some pairs of numbers from that spreadsheet into a text file, then upload that text file and see a query containing just the hits that you copied and pasted, not the whole query. That's a nice way to go about demonstrating it if you want to use something more than just the random ones that I've used to demonstrate this. So that's a suggestion if you want to have a bit of a play around with the upload query function. Otherwise, that's the end of the tutorial.